Hello and welcome back to Crypto Saving Expert, where we discuss the latest cryptocurrency news and introduce you to the pioneers and the founders of the space. Today, I'm very kindly joined by Tyrell, aka the Crypto King, going from university dropout to being successful in the world of e-commerce, now into diving into the world of Web3 and being the managing partner behind Interstellar Ventures. Tyrell, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, bro. I'm very grateful, Spud. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
No worries. And to let you guys know, if you are after any questions, please drop them in the comments. We will go through them. We're going to go through a news update, then have a look at the market. And then I'm going to kind of pick Tyrell's brain as well, because I know he's got lots of alpha for you guys. But first, Tyrell, I think it'd be nice we'll do a brief introduction and we'll go into it a little bit more later. But if you could let our audience know your journey going into Web3 and also how we met.
Yeah, of course, man. It was a crazy one. So I started off in crypto last cycle, so 2019, 2020 time.
Yeah.
And at that stage, I was a business owner. I was doing e-commerce and drop shipping, and we had a community called it was called Ecom King. Have you ever heard of Ecom King?
No.
You might not have been. It's just like
Yeah.
it's big in the e-com space. We had over 600, I think it's like 600,000 followers now. We was doing free courses and all of these things, and it was great at the time, bro. But I was waking up at like 9, and I would work till 10 at night. So it was kind of like golden handcuffs. And I was making like 20 grand a month, which was great cash flow.
Yeah.
But then I needed to let my money work for me. Right. Mm-hmm. And what part of my master plan was crypto investing. So while I was at school, I used to use Bitcoin to buy Subway accounts. Imagine that. So I used to buy Subway accounts and used to have unlimited points on there, some point farming or whatever. And I used to use that, but I didn't have much money then. So now I had a bit of money. I seen like the bull market was coming back, XYZ. And I just thought, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. And I just poured everything into crypto. So I was like, I was making a few, like, I only had a few hundred quid after everything else was going into the markets. And at that stage was when I found out about Martini Guy. So I used to sit and watch every single one of those videos. And the first video I remember watching, bar the midget one, because I didn't watch that.
Only the OGs will know that one.
Only the OGs know there was, man. That's old school, right? Was this one video which was like best altcoins. It was like top 20 altcoins. And I was in Ibiza at the time, and I'm sat there in Ibiza on this one little laptop, and I thought, all right, let me see what this guy's got to say. And you went over like Swissborg, for example. This was even prepaid network, so I think it was like Swissborg and some other altcoins. And I just went through. It was Matic as well. So I went through. I brought all of them. I was just like, buy. And I remember it was close to Christmas, and then Christmas came, and everybody else is like celebrating Christmas, doing things, all family stuff and that. And I remember looking at the markets were just pumping, bro. And I was like, oh my gosh, it clicked. I was like, hold on a second. I can do like e-com, but to generate 20 grand in e-com, you need to generate like 200 grand in sales, about 200 grand in sales a month. Or you have to do like mentorship and mentor 14 to like 20 people every single day. Or I can buy some shit coins and get rich, So that's how it clicked. I was like, okay, and after that, I ended up just following like every single one of Martini's videos. I got introduced to some launch pads and VCs, and that's when I transitioned to the venture capital side. So I started using the profits from my altcoin investing and investing that into like seed and private rounds. I'm an early investor into Nakamoto Games, into like a Myria game, for example, and many other like big projects out there. So it's been a wild ride, but I want to manage to do this without TMG. You know, so
Oh,
shout
it's,
out to the Martini guys.
yeah, big shout out to TMG. Oh, this way, the other way. But yeah, big shout out to TMG. I imagine a lot of the people watching right now have, you know, even myself went through a similar kind of process, especially that, you know, that 2020, 2021 bull market. I think that got a lot of us hooked, and TMG is to thank for that for a lot of us as well. So I know a lot of people in the comments will have a similar kind of journey here as well. But Tyrell, it's, you know, it's amazing to see what you've taken that opportunity and what you've made it into yourself. So really awesome stuff, and we'll touch a little bit more on that later on as well. But guys, if you have any questions for Tyrell as well with the Crypto King, please drop them in the comments and we'll answer them towards the end there as well. But let's head over to our first news story of today, which is surrounding NFTs. I'm not sure if you're an NFT investor or if you've had a flirt with them in the past. But CryptoPunks have just a CryptoPunk has just sold for 12.41 million. So this is the third most expensive this year and the sixth most expensive ever. Data from CryptoPunk's website shows that an anonymous trader bought CryptoPunk 635 for 4,000 ETH on the 25th of April, totaling 12.41 million at current prices. The transaction is the collection's third most expensive this year and the sixth most expensive ever in history. Tyrell, have you had a look at CryptoPunks? Are you a man about NFTs? What's your opinion on them right now?
Yeah, I actually seen this article on CSC, and it's interesting because I feel like he's probably going to make money on it. As crazy as it sounds,
yeah,
he's probably going to make money on it. Whether it's more than just waiting on ETH to rise, of course, it depends. It depends, you know. So yeah, I like NFTs. I feel like the next cycle of NFTs are going to be runes, though. I'm very bullish on runes because people are kind of losing touch with the classic NFT model with like AWS and Google, and the fact that like if AWS goes down, you've got no NFT. So it's like it doesn't really exist. It is really just the JPEG. But your blue chips will always be your blue chips at the end of the day.
That's it. I know we've seen the kind of downfall of Bored Apes recently. I think they hit like quite a low recently as well. But since CryptoPunks, I know, you know, they're an OG blue chip, like you said. They've been doing well. 4,400 ETH for me, I wouldn't touch it. But like you said, the funny thing is they're probably going to make money out of it, especially with all this hype going on it here. It also says, you know, lay it down here. It says resurgence for NFTs. The proceeds netted from the sales of these assets suggested that the NFT space is witnessing a resurgence after its plunge during the bear market. Members of the crypto community believe the sales are also a sign that the bull market has truly begun. Looking at last cycle as well, there was this crazy NFT hype, which I think went into, say, like July 2021. That's when we saw Solana really come up as well. And we've seen some more news. Frank DeGods has been, you know, he's been flirting about going back to Solana with DeGods. I think he's even confirmed it now. So it's an interesting space, and NFTs, they have not had the limelight in the last year or two. So perhaps it is their time now. I'll just show you guys for people who are wondering what a CryptoPunks was. So this is CryptoPunk 635 there, sold for 12 mil.
That's crazy, isn't it? Some dude with some sunglasses.
Absolutely.
That balaclava that he's got on as well.
Yeah. He's a cool dude, but it's a weird one. Let's head over to our next news story of today. And as you mentioned there, Tyrell, runes are providing benefits to miners. According to TeraWolf CEO Nazar Khan, miners are significantly benefiting from the runes protocol. So if we go a little bit further down here, he says runes significantly increased the transaction fees. So if anything, there was an increase in the hash price in the first 24 to 30 hours after halving. Since then, we've seen transaction fees come down, but compared to the average fees in 2023, they're still pretty high. So yeah, due to the block reward being cut from 6.25 Bitcoin to 3.125 during the halving, the spike has been seen as a wild card for miners, adding 30% to block rewards. Crazy. Like, have you been playing with runes, investing yourself, or just keeping an eye on what's going on there?
Yeah, I've been minting. I've been minting these minting some runes. I didn't get a chance to do it at halving because obviously we had like crypto events and stuff. I was pretty much dialed in, but bar that, I was buying a lot of the runes on Unisat. So I was been
Yes.
buying all the like runes, buying the packets. It's tough because it's not cheap. Like they're like $300 to $1,000. You have to buy like, you can't just buy runes tokens individually at this stage. You have to buy a pack of them. But the thing is like the tickers for runes, because they can only be 12 every six, I think it's every 6 months. Don't quote me, I think it's every 6 months. That means that if you find a good ticker, that's it. It's not like on, you know, a meme coin on Solana or even Ethereum. There's, for example, Pepe, it's 50 Pepes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the volume's going to be spread. Naturally, people are going to click it and they're going to buy the wrong thing. But with runes, only that one ticker for now. So I'm just going through and I'm looking at the right tickers. I'm just aping into it. One of my friends was asking me, he was like, how do I know which one to buy? I said, bro, I don't know which one to buy, bro. I seen one that said Satoshi Nakamoto. I was like, right, I'll buy that one because
yeah. That's how it's been, isn't it? It's weird. It's very similar with inscriptions and whole. No one quite knows, and I think this gives us the, you know, if people that are discussing cryptocurrency every day, you know, deep inside the market, if we're a little bit unsure, I think it does show, you know, a good opportunity here. I think a lot of people will be early. Myself, I've been one of those that, you know, I read about it every day, comes up articles. It's been a lot of hype. I've had people really chewing down my ear, telling me, you know, BRC20 runes, all of this. And I kind of take a step back and I'm like, I'll allow the investors to make good money on it. I have a little dabble, but nothing too serious here or there. BRC20 projects have been good to me, been investing in them, but still have not had my high conviction yet. I haven't had that kind of that switch over.
Same. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think it's hard to you know, forget it and bypass it completely, because the success that is going on is crazy. But for me, I'm not too sure in the longevity of it still, and I'm discussing and talking to people like yourself to really confirm my own beliefs and opinions on that.
I think it's going to be the infra plays. Like we need a Uniswap. We need a Jupiter. You know, like when you have these types of infra plays, they're the ones which will make a lot of money from, and hopefully somebody does like an airdrop or something. Like airdrop's kind of trending right now. So if somebody does something like that on BRC, that's your gold mine. Anybody in entrepreneurs, if you want to build it, you know,
exactly. We've seen we actually had Orange on the live stream a few months back, and met up with them in Dubai as well, like yourself, and they're planning to build that, but still very early stages. But they've had great success, and if there's anyone I can pick to take that place, it'll be Orange for me. But guys, if you
a good ticker.
ADA is a good ticker. And guys, if you're looking to understand and read a little bit more about runes, if we go to this article here, you can also click back to our further article, which is the Crypto 101. What is the Bitcoin runes protocol? If you'd like to have a read through this goes through what runes are and gives a bit more information there for you guys to catch up on. But let's head over to our next news story of today, which is surrounding Polkadot. So DOT could be heading up for a 250% rally as the ecosystem heats up. So Polkadot has much to offer in 2024 with the 2.0 upgrades to revolutionize users and developer experience. Tyrell, have you been a fan of Polkadot? I imagine, you know, following TMG's journey, I imagine you've had a bit of a dabble with Polkadot in the past. Are you still a holder?
Yeah, man, I've got a horror story. I got liquidated on a fat Polkadot trade last cycle. I think it was like 60 grand I got liquidated for. And I remember just being sat in a cafe just smoking shisha, and I was just stressed. I was like, this is an L, this. But I'm still bullish on it. Yeah, no shisha can help that one, innit? But I'm bullish on it. And do you know what? Right now it's a sleeping giant because of the fact that they're going to allow meme coins on there. And people don't clock that it's the new networks. So that any coin that starts a new meme coin and it catches on, it's going to perform well. I know there was a bit of FUD around Gavin and his behaviors and stuff like that, but there's always FUD with these CEOs. You know what I mean? They're not any project that makes money at that level. It's been siphoned off somewhere. It's
Yeah,
simple as that.
exactly.
It's crypto, you know.
Yeah,
So what you want to look at is tech and users on the network, and is a network still growing? Because that's above any CEO. A CEO can always be replaced by the board, and Polkadot
exactly.
has a board and it has all of these things. So I'm bullish on it, and I'm cooking up a trade on it. Again, we go again. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
cooking up
exactly
another
it.
trade.
I throughout the kind of downtime, the bear market, I was looking at Polkadot. I actually got out of all my my holdings there. People would ask me, "What do you think about Polkadot?" And I said, "They're not doing much. Not they what they were doing with the parachains last cycle didn't really pay off.
Yeah,
It was like 2 year like vesting periods, wasn't it? And which seemed long back then, and even long in this market." And but what they did is they made that pivot, like you mentioned. They started marketing, they got a lot of funding as well, and then started going to seeing what was popular with other competitors like Solana, etc. So yeah, I've reignited my bullish opinion on Polkadot as well, and luckily I think we're going to some price action. We'll look at the markets just in a moment. But I think we had highs of $12 recently, back down to around $6 with Polkadot. So I think it's quite a nice entry actually, and like
it's a
yourself,
great price, man.
yeah,
That's like 2022 levels. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy because I was speaking to Ryan earlier, and I was saying to him,
mm,
like, if you look at the prices and you actually just look at the levels of the where we are in the market right now, we're literally like at the
yeah,
bottom of the bull market. Like, it's hard to get even as enough capital in the markets right now, because that in 6 to 12 months from now, they'll literally everything in the market is going to be minimum 5 to 10x up. Everything.
yeah.
And when it moves, it's all gonna move together. So you have to make sure that, like, you got your things. And yeah, Polkadot's definitely gonna be in my bag. I think I might do like a 2x or 3x leverage trade on it,
Yeah.
and just do like 20-30 grand and just let it run, because it probably will pass all-time high again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think $20 is a good target for myself right now, for Polkadot, and like you say, with 2-3x leverage where we are now, liquidation will be is not to say it's unachievable, but you'd like to think that
Improbable. Yeah.
exactly, that's the word, brilliant. And let's head over to the markets now. Let's have a look at what's going on. We've had Bitcoin still above 62,000. Ethereum struggling today, 4% down. Solana the same, over 5% down, struggling with that kind of to break above 140. Looking like it may head below 130 again. If we go to Polkadot, where we were just talking about, have I missed it? Here we go, Polkadot. So
Wow, it's
down
falling,
over
isn't it?
12%.
Polkadot's getting low.
Yeah. So this
Might
is on the
fall.
daily.
Yeah. Look at
The
that.
back in October though, that would have been a lovely trade
That's
up.
nice.
Yeah. But yeah, look, we are, like you say, we're getting low here. It dipped all the way below $6, 5.92. Well done to anyone who caught that wick, by the way. But we're coming back down again. If I go onto the hour chart here, yeah, it's not looking nice either, but it could find a nice bit of support, probably around 640 level. Zoom out a little bit further. Yeah, look, there's some nice support around the 640 level. I think I found where my buy orders will be going in.
Facts. Even like perpetuals. Like, if you can do a good like perpetuals long on this, and get profit in Polkadot as well, you could literally just sit on that. You could sit on
Yeah.
that the whole cycle and just ride it. Because yeah, like you said, even $20 from here, that's nice.
Yeah, that's a 3-4x, happy days. And I think you mentioned there what to do with the cycle. We're going to see Bitcoin go up again, Ethereum go up again. These high caps like Polkadot, like Solana, they're going to have a nice, likely 2-3x, etc. And then it will be those lower caps which are going to do those 5-10x, etc. 100x's in some cases. Not to say that the likes of Polkadot won't have that kind of success, but obviously being at the market cap they are already. you're less likely, it's less probable, as Tyrell said, to see the crazy momentum and crazy gains. But you'd like to think that with the volatility to the downside as well, you're a little bit more protected than with those low caps as well.
Yeah, and there's more liquidity.
Exactly.
You can make money. I've seen some people were sending me like meme coins, and I met a lot of people when I was out.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big. I like memes, but I'm not a big like. Haven't been in the mix of like this like low market cap stuff. And I was like, okay, how much SOL can I put in? And he was like, 1 SOL. And I was like, well, it's gonna have to do 100x for me to make anything decent.
Yeah.
I said to him, like, bro, you need to step over to this game or the private sale game or something, because there you're going to find the liquidity. Because if you make 100 SOL, you're not going to be able to even sell it on these guys, because there's 5,000, $5,000 in liquidity.
Yeah.
There's less in liquidity than you've got in your wallet. So, you know what I mean? So you want to get. Sometimes it's good to have these bigger coins. You know, you make a 10, 20x, you get 50 grand, you can just sell it like that. You're happy.
And it won't. Sometimes it won't even alter the price at all. With these low liquidity altcoins, you feel sad for the people after, because you're like, whoops.
It's PvP, bro. That stuff says PvP.
Yeah. Exactly that. We've got a question here from Christian to you, Tyrell. Do you prefer a variety of altcoin types / narratives over just a few in the portfolio?
It depends how big the portfolio is. So there's a few different strategies. Like, you can do like a flipping strategy, which is like, if you just have a small amount of money, just stick to one narrative and just keep going. Like, NFTs are going to come back again. Runes is obviously a trend. Solana, we see in the Solana trend will continue. There's going to be more, and you can make a lot of money just in one area. But as an investor, for me personally, being in the space for a long time, I like to have a diversified portfolio. So my personal preference is I'll have, some ruins projects in there. I'll have some meme coins in there. I'll have some, obviously, Solana, some other blue chips. When NFTs start popping again, I'll be where the NFTs are. So because my portfolio is different, and I have a longer view of things, I will have that. But I know sometimes when people are new, to be fair, it's best to just flip certain coins. We see in what was the Launchpad that TMG talks about a lot. We've seen Launchblock. Launchblock had a crazy run. Crazy. You could have just bought Launchblock and then bought all the coins on Launchblock, and you just sat free.
Is there any narratives that you're less fond of?
No, I try to be agnostic. I try not to have I can have my opinions on like whether I think it's good or not, or whether even the chain isn't good as a tech. But as an investor, I always try keep an open mind, because what I've noticed from like studying a lot of investors is the moment where they let their personal opinions towards something get in the way of things. Actually, it blocks you from the money. For example, when you look at Solana, a lot of people hated Solana just because the price was down. And there was like, Solana doesn't work. The blockchain is clunky. It crashes a lot, X, Y, and Z. And with that opinion, that could have blocked you out from the whole run-up of Solana. Meme coins are another one. Some people hate meme coins. Me, I don't even understand meme coins. I'm like, I don't even get it. I don't get why people are going to do it. It's going to wreck each other. But people, you see, in meme coins has been where all the liquidity is at. So if you had an opinion of meme coins, you didn't agree with it, it's blocked you out from millions of dollars.
Yeah, it's something that I practice myself as well. Like in the past, I've had some narratives that I've been less favorable with, and even with the BRC20 stuff, you can say, oh no, I'm not sure on it, I don't like it, but you've got to expose yourself. You've got to have a look at it, because often these narratives will take off, and if you're not informed on it, it will take off without you. At least that you expose yourself, dip your foot into the narrative, and that's how I look at it. At the moment, I'm not the most fond on gaming projects, but I know there's going to be a few. We yourself went to the Gunzilla event in Dubai. That completely changed my mindset there. So I'm glad I went to that with an open mind as well. So I think, like you said there, you got to keep an open mind, and allow yourself to be exposed to these different narratives going on as well. Christian's followed that question up by saying, you've mentioned you're a fan of runes. Any other projects or tokens that you have your eye on?
You know what I'm doing? So what I do is that I go on to Unisat, and then from Unisat, it's whatever's got the volume. So I haven't like looked into or studied any projects. Like these projects I'm seeing don't even have teams. Like there's Runes, which is RSIC. They're the guys that did the airdrop if you held the runes. Obviously, they're going to perform well, and all the coins that they drop is going to do well. Like Dog to the Moon, for example, I think that got listed on Mexi, so that's also a good one. Obviously, Satoshi Nakamoto is performing well right now. It's down like 16% today, so that's a good entry. There's the first ever rune, which was minted, which is called ZZZ. That one's like historical. I don't know if it's going to perform. And then there's Runes, Bitcoin. These are the ones I don't really look at. So with new networks, similar to like when Base Chain did Brett, I'll just go with whatever has the most volume, because those ones are the ones which tend to get listed on exchanges, because exchanges look for volume. So those would be the tokens that I'll be looking at for runes. And what you'll see is, if you can get a small bag now, it might be worth a lot more in the future, because we haven't seen Binance list runes yet, and Binance Bitcoin maxis, they love that stuff.
Awesome. And thanks, Christian, for those questions. Thanks, Tyrell, as well. Make sure to hit the like button, guys, and subscribe. Let's head over to some more questions for you, Tyrell. You mentioned investing in over 40 private crypto projects and 2 unicorn companies within just 5 years. How did you identify the promising investment opportunities in such a dynamic and rapidly evolving industry?
Well, the biggest unicorn that I invest into was obviously Swissborg, right? So Swissborg, users, that's how you value a network. It's investing 101. So when you educate yourself about finance and investing, you know that you value a chain or a network by the users on that network. So if you think that the users are going to grow, then you buy it. But there's only certain types of projects that you can get with those types of investments. For example, Jupiter, people are going to use it and they're going to trade on it. It's going to work. Jupiter is multi-billion-dollar company. That's a unicorn, right? It's a billion-dollar company even the first 5 years. There's obviously Swissborg did the same thing, but Swissborg is different. It's an app, XTP, TAP, right? TAP's not doing the best right now, but again, it's in that niche, you know what I mean? Castor, same thing. So that's kind of what I like to look for in terms of a high conviction play. Yeah, users and volume. And you can tell, like, for example, look at Gonzilla, for example. If you look at Gonzilla, users, volume. The only question that you have to say, and this is the bet that you're betting, is that the volume works and it's going to transact from Web 2 to Web 3. You know, if that's the bet that you're making, you know. So when you speak to the team, or when you ask the team, you ask them, okay, that's all I'm bothered about. How are we transacting? Because if it's true and if it is going to work, it's going to make money. When you look at TAP, XTP, you're saying to TAP, okay, great. What's the user base like? You know, how much volume have we had transacted through XTP? How are you going to increase that? Because once that increases, they can do buybacks, they can do whatever. The price, the emotions will change on the coin, because some people value their opinions on the project based on the price. People didn't like Solana when it was down, they like it now. People don't like XTP then, they like it now. People hated Castor then, they're loving Castor now. So, but the core thing hasn't changed.
No, not at all.
So that's how I judge my high conviction plays. My private sale plays, again, you just have to take the risk, man. Like private sales, you don't know which ones are going to work. You can judge it, you can break it down a little bit, but ultimately you invest in people. That's all it is.
That's it. And that's where a lot of the fundamental analysis comes down to, isn't it? It's looking into the team, looking at their ambitions. You know, are they able to take this company to $1 billion level, and what their goals are there. As someone who has documented their investment journey, what are some of the mistakes you've made along the way, and some of the insights you've gained also?
Well, marrying the bag, it's never different.
Yeah,
it's never different. Like a market cycle is a market cycle. And when you look at macroeconomics, it's the same. Look at the UK, right? You see slowly it's deteriorating, but there's nothing that the people can do. Nothing you can do in the House of Commons and these things. It has to go through a period of downwards, and the East has to rise, or the slums of India has to now become the best, and Africa has to grow again, and then eventually it will cycle back again in another 100x amount of years, so there's cycle. Everything works in cycles. And what I noticed was with the crypto cycle is I went through a stage where when we was at that 60k level, I was like, nah, I was one of those guys, we're going to 100k. We're going to 100k XYZ. And it was lucky I had like good private sale investments and that Bitcoin and stuff. Otherwise it would have been long, So when it comes to the biggest mistake, that is my biggest mistake, is previously getting too in it for the technology and not realizing that price handles emotion. So now, before I even entered the cycle, I've got this chart and we followed it very good. I've got BTC halvings and I've got market cycles from DD to Houthi. And actually, Carl the Moon actually also gave me the chart as well. But it's amazing. Very clear and it's worked perfect. Like it's literally, you have BTC halving, 2 years before BTC halving, 2 years after. Whatever you buy 2 years before BTC halving, it's going to rally 2 years after. And obviously during this time, which we're in now is the time for altcoins. So previously, I wasn't even too heavy into altcoins because I knew that's not the time. It's the time for Bitcoin, like some leverage trades here and there, and a few narratives. But now it's going to be where it's like prime TMG time, for example, where you're going to see altcoins shifting every day, 10x's, 20x's in a week. Because for the next, like, till 2025, which most people think this cycle is going to be short, left-sided, they don't understand, right? It's going to get very crazy again, very similar to the 2022, 2021 saga, sorry, after 2020.
Yeah, I agree. And then we touched upon it. We had the dip April 2021, and then kind of Solana summer came back in July. Nothing else was quite moving. There was a few altcoins that were doing some bits over summer, and then it was really that October, November it came in, and I think we had all-time highs 2021 November, December time, didn't we? It was absolutely crazy. We've got Chris here also asking, do you believe that education in the space is still a key part to being successful in this vast space of crypto?
What do you think, Spud?
Yeah, obviously I'm gonna, big behind education. For me, education, networking, it's what's got me to this point here. I feel a lot of people will try to go off and do things by themselves, learning, trading, etc. For me, what a lot of my education content came through YouTube, like yourself, watching that Martini guy, watching these other influencers, and just having eyes on the field there. Having as much attention to what's going on in the market, and then it's just like natural osmosis. You pick it up, and then before you know it, you're on camera, doing the same from what you were from learning for years. So
exactly, bro. It's like you have to just immerse yourself into it. No, I'm the same. I just immerse myself into the industry, learn, and then when you have the opportunity, you get the opportunity to action it, and you can avoid a lot of the failures that everybody has by just learning. Like whenever you go to these crypto events, there's always the guy who sold Bitcoin too early. There's always the founder that did X, Y, and Z, and there's the project that did this, the investor that did this. And you can learn from these mistakes, because everybody makes mistakes, but it depends whether you're going to learn from them. So that's a great question. And the best place to learn is CryptoSavingExpert. Like if you actually go in there and you learn and you get inside the Discord, you're going to learn a lot. Because I remember last cycle, there's a kid called like Swiss Crypto Ball back in the day. I don't know if you remember him from the groups, and he was 16, 17, and he had all his money in Swissborg, and he ended up making he made a lot of money.
That
He
was
made
good. Yeah.
no, it was good. It was good. He
I
ended
thought
up
you were going to
making
tell me like a hacking
no,
story.
it's not even a horror story.
Accountant it.
I'm just like a little kid. I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
Hopefully, hopefully he did something with it, and the price is still okay.
Hopefully he's listening in.
Yeah, hopefully he's listening to this day. And I spoke to him a lot, and he did the same thing. He was like, you know what? Age is just a number. I'm just a kid, but I just learned and I just took action, and I learned about Swissborg, and it's changed his life. So if you do immerse yourself in the communities and you do learn, the opportunity will be there. Like, there will be a few. Like, where's the 100x's? How many 100x have we had yet? Like one, probably. Like one.
Yeah.
Bull market, you're gonna see like 10, if 15. You know what I mean? So if
the
you
euphoria that traders have been feeling for the last month or two isn't quite the euphoria which was going on in 2021. So does gives us hope to where the market hopefully will lead there. And to touch upon that, I think networking is key. We met in Dubai through networking. Then it opens up a lot of opportunities. I know a lot of people listening in realize this as well. I can't stress how important is networking in the right groups, educating in the right groups as well. My favorite saying is we're stronger together. It is player versus player, but if you can get a lot of players, it's players versus players. So you got to have a strong team.
In fact, sometimes people think it's like 1v1 when they're trading, and it's like, guys, come on, man.
No, exactly.
It's not 1v1.
Tyrell, I'd like to ask a little bit more. I've watched a lot of your content. A lot of your content, there is, a lot of it is Web3 based, but there is also this kind of mentor side and this lifestyle side. Where are you currently living at the moment, and how have you improved your lifestyle back from the Leeds uni days?
So I'm based in Phuket, Thailand at the moment. I've been training like all bear market. I was like 95 kilos when I came here from Dubai. I had a little bit of a belly. And then I just thought, you know what, let me just train and get my routine intact, because I understand healthy body, healthy mind, and it's the bull market. So you got to be sharp. It's going to be a lot of late hours and a lot of stress. The body needs to be able to handle it. So I've been training over here. Before that, working backwards, before that, I was in Dubai. That was during the bull market. That was literally just for tax purposes, right? As soon as I started making money in crypto, I just had to relocate. I can't in my area. I can't be there. You're gonna get robbed. That's just how it is. Getting robbed would not be anybody's fault but mine in the UK. So that's why I moved out of there. I was in Dubai for like 2 years. I'm an expat, so I'm like based in Dubai. I have the visa and stuff. And then before then, I was like in and around the UK. So that's kind of like how I did it. I just worked on some online businesses. I did obviously e-commerce, drop shipping, Shopify. I didn't sell courses. A lot of people say, "Oh, he sells courses." I didn't sell no courses. I actually did. I actually was on AliExpress selling stuff. Like it's real. It works.
Yeah.
Even when we was out there in Dubai, I met a guy from Shenzhen. Shenzhen's where they make all the iPhones and stuff like that. To this day, it's real. It's not hard, but it's inputs and outputs. And I literally did that to get the cash flow, and then just kept on moving. And one of the ways I did that was by having a plan. So I had a vision board. I wrote down my plan, and I was like, okay, when I get here, I go here. When I go here, I go here. And in the moment when you write it, it seems like very audacious, like it's not going to happen. But once you knuckle down and start working, you realize that, okay, now I'm at this stage. It's time to go to the next stage of my plan,
I think the visualization, the manifestation, it helps in allowing your brain to be able to understand what it takes to make it to the next step. And once you achieve that next goal, where you go from there. A lot of people think this, the whole thing about manifestation is you're believing it into existence, and it's this, this ultra like divine karma coming down, whereas actually it's yourself allowing your brain to figure out the steps of how to achieve that goal. So very important. And anyone looking to take a dive further down that way, I'd highly recommend checking out Tyrell's content on YouTube. It's the Crypto King at I will also show your Twitter here as well, guys, for anyone wanting to follow. So it's at the Crypto King _. Make sure to head there. Also, have we got any more questions from the group? We've got Bruce just saying, when Lambo. I doubt you'd want a Lambo out in Phuket.
yeah, soon cool, man. You know what it is? I'm gonna do all the YouTuber stuff and all the material stuff this cycle, because I know it's gonna convert, and it's
Yeah.
I have some tricks up my sleeve. I do have some Lambos and all that cool stuff up my sleeve, but it won't be in Phuket. I tell you that. Phuket,
no
shorts, t-shirt, no designer, all the nice clothes I
Moped.
bought. Yeah, moped. That's it, man. Like, I spent so much money on clothes and stuff for like YouTube vlogs, and I'm not gonna wear them again till Dubai. Like, my wardrobe's just literally shorts, t-shirt, sandals. You know what I mean?
That's how it should be in Thailand, man. I like the lifestyle out there. Also, I've seen,
coming soon, yeah.
I've got to be coming soon. And yeah, I told Ryan, hit me up. So yeah, I'll definitely be heading out there soon. Maybe with the team as well. Alpha there, but maybe some of the team are going to come out with. So it'd be good to link up. And yeah, you know, I like the lifestyle out there. I've also seen recently the Thai government have opened up to, you know, no capital gains tax on cryptocurrency. They've got a few different visa options there as well. I'm kind of looking down that. It's actually looking as more of a you know, a better option than Dubai right now, for me personally anyway. So there's definitely some talks around that. But guys, also I wanted to let you know, Discord members, CSC Plus Discord members, Tyrell is in the Discord as well. He is a premium member, so if you'd like to start a conversation there with Tyrell, more than welcome to. We will be joining the AMAs in weeks to come as well, and some you know, exciting opportunities definitely will be coming in the future. Hopefully can have you back on the stream as well. I know we are bull market right now and you're a busy man. I see you on lots of different interviews, so really appreciate your time here today, Tyrell. If you have any kind of leaving thoughts or anything you'd like to add to our group before we leave here today, that would be absolutely great.
I would just say just back yourself in it. Believe in yourself, guys. Like, if you're watching this type of stuff, I know it's good to put faith in other people and watch YouTube. I'm the same. I watch YouTube every day, but eventually after this call, it's just you and you know, you got to take action on the information provided, study the videos, get in the Discord, get active, and take some risks and just back yourself, man, because what's the worst that can happen is you lose. Great. You know, you go get a job. But the best that can happen is, you know, you live a life of freedom, you travel around the world, take care of your family, you do whatever, and that's the way I like to live. I like to live with, you know, what's the best that can happen, and hopefully you guys watching this, you guys all achieve everything you want to achieve.
Absolutely amazing final words. Thank you so much, Tyrell. Guys, go make sure to follow him. Follow him on Twitter at the Crypto King _ and on YouTube at the Crypto King. But guys, thank you all for joining us today. Have a brilliant rest of your week. I will be catching you live tomorrow at, I believe, same time again, with a special guest. You will see an announcement coming soon on the Discord and on Twitter. But once again, thank you, Tyrell. Let's have an awesome rest of the week.